Okay, pile one. What element wants to work with you? You got water. And the first thing that I saw was a person who is just sort of full of gunk. Like the energy around them is all gunked up with all this murkiness of just their circumstances, maybe society, jobs, stress, other people's opinions, the daily grind of life. And the first thing that water wants to help you do is cleanse yourself of all of that extra gunk that's just clogging up the way that you think, clogging up your mind, clogging up your emotional self, and making things very murky and unclear. Water is typically associated with emotional energy, but all of our being is so intertwined that if something is clogged up, it affects everything. So I feel like maybe there's even like tension in your physical body, and I'm getting very clearly that your mind is sort of muddled because of all of this murky energy that you're in and probably have been in for a little while. So if you have the ability to actually physically go to water, you know, not it's not going to be available to everyone, but if you have like a running stream or creek or river that you can get in, or even just be near, or just run the shower over your head, just allow the water to rinse and cleanse your entire system, because I just feel like your energy is clogged up. And what this will do is bring out, you can see it in this self card, bring out your energy, bring out your purity and your heart and the connection between you and your soul. I feel like you've been so immersed in life and your situation and in other people and what they're feeling and thinking, and even different obligations that you have to do, that the connection between you and your soul might be a little gunked up. You might not know how you really feel about things, what you want to do. Essentially, your inner light isn't shining out into the world because there's too much energy from other people. They're dimming it. Like it's there in you, like this pearl in the self card. Your inner being is there and it's ready to shine, but there's just all this other energy. And water wants to help you cleanse and come back to the purity of yourself. With the Starborn card, this is getting, I'm getting that you're a very, I mean, we're all multi-dimensional beings, but if you resonate with starseed energy, I'm getting that this is really something strong with you, that you're a strong cosmic being that has the potential to really get in touch with your higher spiritual aspects. If you resonate with starseed energy, you have the ability to be in touch with these different aspects of yourself in other dimensions. Water is also hugely tied to like psychic abilities, different sort of spiritual powers and spiritual abilities. Water has such a high vibration. If you just picture yourself just being completely immersed in like the ocean, it just puts you in a similar feeling as if you were to immerse yourself in like pure consciousness, pure universal energy. Source energy is what I mean. That's sort of as close as we can get, because the water is so in touch and in tune with everything in it. It's very highly spiritual. And this is saying that you have the ability to tap into that. The next card I pulled was the Mystic. Water is really wanting you to help you cleanse so that you can get in touch with your higher spiritual self and be a mystical being. I keep seeing you having this incredible spiritual power, and the Mystic card has this light in the middle, just like the Self card has this pearl. And it's really making me see that as your soul inside of you just glowing and being so powerful that you're always in touch and in tune with it, even as you're walking around. So you can strengthen the soul inside of you and your spiritual abilities so powerfully that when you walk around, it doesn't get gunged up anymore. You keep your abilities. And I'm really seeing someone who has the ability to be incredibly psychic and in tune with spirituality at all times, to the point where when they're walking around, they're seeing the other layers of things. You could have the ability to be extremely discerning. I'm seeing someone who's almost like very mystical and sort of enigmatic to other people. Someone who is very watery, like graceful and poised, and walks around very powerfully, not in any sort of a loud, commanding way, in a deeply spiritual and in tune way. Someone who's just glowing from the inside, like the pictures on these cards. Because you're so in tune with self and soul, you walk around like spirit, and you can just sense things that other people can't, because you have reached a level of discernment that makes you unable to, you don't pick up these energies anymore like you used to. And this is even something that could be a ritual for you, just cleansing in water to just keep other people's energies out of your energy. Because I'm seeing someone who has the ability to just walk around and understand people very deeply, understand society and the world very deeply. You just get this incredible clarity. And water is very tied to emotion, but I'm really getting for you that it will really give you mental clarity and clarity of thought, because water is the key for you to connect to your higher spiritual self. And then walk around like the mystic. So that's what I have for you. If you have any questions, let me know below if you want clarity on anything, but hope that was helpful. Thank you. Bye. Okay, pile 2. What is the element that wants to work with you? You have Earth. And the cards that came out are the Lover and the Poet. Earth energy is grounded. It is stable, stability, practicality. And what I'm getting is that Earth wants to help you ground your fantasies and romanticism into something tangible and practical. I feel like there's really like a running story with my pile 2s. Like if you watch, I think nearly all my videos, pile 2 has a very particular like storyline. I feel like you are very fanciful, romantic, and idealistic, like the Lover and the Poet. I mean, a poet soul, a sensitive, romantic, fanciful soul, which is so beautiful. And Earth energy wants to help you ground this into something very real and very stable. So maybe you're in a situation with a love, or with sort of ideas in your head and fantasies that you want, but are struggling to make them real in a good and positive way. And if you start working with and calling on Earth energy, they can help you. They can help you ground your romanticism, and possibly with the Poet card, even create something out of your fantasies. So if you take this very literally, It can help you have a situation that is real, stable, dependable, and reliable. So maybe you were picking partners that weren't exactly those things. Earth wants to help you find that. And with the Poet, I feel like you have such a, again, fanciful soul that you have the ability to create something with that. That maybe you get carried away and lost in the fantasies inside of your head and inside of your heart, and things I think that you feel very deeply. You have quite a deep emotional well, and earth energy says you can turn that into something. You can write poems, you can write stories, and then any other sort of artistic expression. It doesn't even necessarily have to be artistic, but I am getting that, like writing a novel, dancing, painting, anything like that. You can take these higher ideals you have and make them tangible. Earth is about tangibility. It is about having something in your hands. Like the Poet has a ball, has this in their hands. It's real. They can touch it. It's not just a fantasy. So if you start working with earth energy, I think it will help you ground and create something tangible out of your everything going on inside of you. Because I'm getting, your mind is fanciful, your heart is deep, your soul is connected and just is quite sensitive. It can pick up things from the world and other people that other people cannot get. And the next cards I got are the Vision and the Healer. So this is really powerful. It seems like whatever you create has the ability to really help and benefit people. If you've been through difficult situations, even if you haven't, if you're just writing, if you were to write a book, something negative has to happen. They have to overcome something, otherwise you don't have a story at all. And just apply this to any sort of medium. Even when you're singing a song, it tends to be like a range of emotions. It's a whole experience. Whatever you create seems to have the ability to really get in touch with people in a very deep way and possibly even be very healing. The vision is you using your life, your experiences, and this sort of fanciful nature that you have, and really putting something into the world that is real and tangible. So if you get in tune with earth energy, it can really help you ground that and create something real. And also with earth energy is you have something tangible that you give to the world, so the world gives something tangible back to you. So this is you getting support, possibly money. Earth energy loves money, loves wealth, loves building wealth, loves having a foundation. So maybe whatever you create will really be able to give you a foundation in life that is stable and real. Okay, that's all I have for you today. Thank you for being here. Hope it helped. Hope I'll see you next time. Bye. Okay, pile 3. What element wants to work with you? You got air. And this is a very different message than the other piles. For the other piles, there was an element of they would call the element in and work with the element, and the element would help them accomplish something. For this, the first card that flew out of the deck was the Storm. This is not something that you need to call in. This is something that is already happening to you. The Storm is chaos, and that is an element of air energy. If you think of like a tornado, right? It's air, and it is complete and utter chaos and devastation. I feel like you are in the storm right now. You are I feel like your life is just spinning out of your control, which is what air energy has the capacity to do. If there is any sort of stagnancy, any sort of you just not advancing or even going backwards, if things are not working out, sometimes air can come in as the storm and stir it all up and create complete and utter chaos so that something new can come out of the other side. Because whatever the situation was that you were in, it was not working. And what I'm getting for you is the vessel and the ring. So what I'm getting is that air came into your life, whether you like it or not. It stirred everything up. And the point of it is so that you can enter the next level of your life. I'm seeing like a spiral. If you were to take like a slinky or a spring and just stretch it, how it's all circles, but the circles gradually move up. I'm getting that it was time for you to move up and ascend to the next level of your life and experience something completely different. And air came in and caused the storm that maybe you're still in. And it is uncomfortable, but it is advancing you to the next level of your life. I'm really seeing with the vessel, you might even be having like physical symptoms. I just see someone trying to hold still as this like tornado is around them and things are going crazy, and they're sort of getting like almost like a seasickness from all this movement, all this chaos, and they just want things to hold still. This card is saying just relax into it, relax into your body, because you cannot fight the storm. The storm is happening, and the storm is going to clear out what wasn't working so that you can have a life that is more reflective of the level that you're on. You're advancing, and it's not particularly comfortable. With the ring, once again, if this card were to like move, it would move in a circle, kind of like a tornado. But the ring is all about connectedness with everything. I think that the way to handle your situation is to take deep breaths and let everything that's going to happen, happen. And just try to relax in your body and just allow whatever wants to happen to just sort of have its way with your life. And just know that on the other side of the storm is something that is more powerful. The ring is really your ability to connect with your soul and your spirit and everything in the world around you. The ring is about a oneness, and the circle that never really, if you look at this ring, it never really has a beginning or an end. So it's really saying this is working in your favor. So don't try and fight it. That can be an uncomfortable message. And with the vessel, I think that you might be getting like headaches, vertigo, something like that, like physical symptoms. And they're saying, don't resist right now. Right now is just a time for you to throw up your hands and be like, yeah, everything's chaos. That's what it is. And just take deep breaths and try not to tense your body. Just try to relax as best you can. And just deal with things as they happen and allow things to fall away and allow other things to come in their place. I pulled more cards for you and was asking what is on the other side of this storm. You got Gnosis and the Animal. I love this. Gnosis is wisdom. It is your own personal wisdom that you live by in your life. It is deeper than wisdom because Gnosis means you went through an experience. You went through a very, very deep understanding of something. So now that wisdom isn't something you know, it is something that you are and something that you live by. What you went through. And again, if you look at this bird, this is like a wheel, like the spinning, like the air, like the tornado, like the ring. like the slinky. It's spinning, and it's going to put you in a much better place and a much more evolved life. And Gnosis is saying that when this storm is over and you come out the other side, you are going to have a whole different set of wisdom than you had before this started. You're going to have strengths and intelligence and just incredible internal resources that you would not have had you not experienced this. And the animal, I love this card. The animal is very instinctual and sort of points to like savagery. And how I'm getting it for you is that you will be so in tune and in touch with your own self and your own instincts that people are not going to be able to push you around anymore. There is an incredible internal strength with these two cards. And I'm sort of getting the energy like you went through something so chaotic and this storm just was so much turmoil that you come out of it and you're just like, screw that. Like, I don't even care anymore. Like, I'm not playing small. It's you gaining a level of just not caring in a very positive way. If, let's say, apply this any way you can. This is just an example, but if a boss is being really mean and belittling to you before the storm, you would just take it and be like, oh, okay, like, I need this job. I need the money. I don't really, it's too anxiety inducing to think about doing anything about it. But after you experience the storm, if a boss comes up to you and it starts belittling you and being mean, you're like, oh no, like, I don't care what you do to me. I don't care what you think. I'm not going to get treated like this. So there is this incredible internal strength with these cards. And with the animal, there is a freedom to be more authentically yourself because you just don't care. You don't care what the other people are going to think of you. The anxiety of being your truest self, of telling someone off that deserves it, of telling someone you have a weird hobby, something like that. Like, those things are gone with these two cards. You're like, I know who I am. You don't like it? I don't care. I'm going to be me. And that's just a really beautiful energy. And that is what is on the other side of the storm. So good luck to you. Don't resist. Just let what wants to happen, happen. And there is incredible strength on the other side. Okay, good luck. Thank you for being here, and hope I'll see you next time. Bye. Okay, pile 4. What element wants to work with you? You got fire. And very fittingly, you got the flame. And next to it is the kiss. And interestingly, these cards, this is such a colorful deck. These cards have the same color scheme. It's black, white, and gray with that orangey yellow fire color. The kiss came out first, and it said to me very clearly that fire wants to help ignite your life and bring your passion alive. The kiss is seen as romantic. I'm not seeing it in this way. I think it just wants to awaken your passion. Because if you look at both of these cards, it is darkness until the flame is lit. I think that you are in a dark place, that you're kind of low, maybe depressed, not doing much, not feeling very good, feeling very down. And fire wants to come in and help alight energy, vitality, and passion in your life. I'm getting very clearly you need to get into the sun. Even if it's cloudy or cold, if you have to put a jacket on, like, it's just very clearly that fire and sunlight is going to help you. Let the sun, even if you go out 5 minutes a day, just stand in the sun or walk in the sun and let the sunlight sink through the top of your head and say, like, I am absorbing this sunlight for my energy and for vitality and to alight the sparks of my passion so that I can feel more alive and have more energy for my day. That is what fire wants to help you do. Light candles, imagine fire. Fire is energy. Just imagine a fire. Meditate and imagine a fire lighting like in your gut and spreading through your body to try to give you energy. Even if you're only doing, one little thing, even if you imagine this and you start and you're like, I'm just going to do 5 minutes of this one thing I want to do. But I think that you're in a sad place, a low place, kind of depressed, and fire wants to break through that darkness and make you alive again. Very fittingly. And again, it's sort of the same color scheme with that little bit of light coming through the darkness. The hunter. Fire wants to help you get up and go after what you want. It's saying, I know things were rough. I know you're in a low place and we don't have to do everything at once. We can start little bits at a time. But it wants to help you have the energy just to get up and go after something. It doesn't even matter what it is. It doesn't matter how long ago. You don't have to get up and start trying to go after this long-term career goal. You can just get up and make your bed. Get up and do one simple thing that will help you have energy and passion, and it will feel good that you did it and got a little closer to something. The next card to come out was interesting. It's the Bardo. The Bardo is an in-between space, and I feel like that's kind of where you're stuck right now. It's giving me the idea that in your very recent past, something that has just happened to you sort of ended a cycle. And you're sort of in this in-between space, which is very uncomfortable, uncertain, and just kind of sad about it. Something ended, and I think that it was kind of like it doesn't have to be a literal breakup, but something like that. Something where you had something good, and now it's gone, and you're sad. Fire is saying, call me in, use me, and I can help you break through that darkness so that you can get to your next phase of life. Because you're in this uncomfortable space of not really knowing what it is the next phase is. You're just a little stuck. And it's uncomfortable and fire, like this. If you look at this hunter card, it's darkness with just this little bit of light breaking through. And that's what fire wants to do. It wants to open up a hole in the darkness so that you have a little bit of light to move to. I pulled for what's on the other side. So if you break through the darkness and get to this next stage, what is the next stage? The castle and the sword. Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize if you look at the sword card, again, darkness and light, and these look like suns. I think sunlight, you could do rituals with fire. You can light a candle, you can picture a fire in your body or even a fire out around your body so that you have energy. And I really think that it would help you to get in the sunlight. You don't have to lay out and sunbathe. You can even just walk around outside and let the sun just sink into you and see that fire entering you and giving you energy. But castle is interesting because it is a fortress. It is a place where you feel good and you feel safe. I think that in this context, castle is saying that you will have something good on the other side, something that you want to build, a foundation. You'll have a safe place. And sword is power. It's truth and it's power. Someone with a sword is someone who is wielding their power in a very active way. So if you use fire and call in fire and get sunlight and just try to do a little bit each day or every other day or whatever it is that works for you, if you try to ignite passion, ignite your energy, it will help you feel like a very powerful person who can build their own sort of a safe place for themselves. It's funny, the energy of these cards, because castle is like a safe place and sword is like a energy. So it's sort of coziness and warmth and mixed with energy, which is interesting. So it's saying you'll be able to do both and have both. Have a cozy, warm, safe place and know that you can get out in the world when you want to and attack it the way you want and build what you want. The last two cards are still what's on the other side, breaking through to the next level of your life. And it's the tear in the comic. The tear is release. It's healing. I think that when you get through to the other side, it will allow you to process whatever sort of sadness or loss or grief or any sort of these negative feelings. It will allow you to really feel them and release them. And the comic is a great card to come out because it's just about lightness and fun, not taking life too seriously. The next era, I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but if you break through to the next era of your life, it's going to help you release the old era and feel good about it. You know, you don't look back and feel sad and mourn. You release it and you're like, okay, I'm ready. And you move into a much lighter, happier era of your life where you can laugh and play and have fun. Okay, that's all I have for you. That's what fire wants to come in and help you do. So good luck to you and thank you for being here. Bye.